So, dear students, good evening. Myself, Joyant Ghosh from Guru Nanak Institute Management, Kolkata, and today we have with our master chef, very own master chef, Chef Kunal Kapoor, with Ideometer and why Guru Nanak Institute Management. So, I believe that all of you know that Chef Kunal Kapoor has originally the mentor and brand ambassador of Guru Nanak Institute Management. And today we'll discuss something about our newly launched program, that is Ideometer, which is for the students, those who are interested to do startup or their own business plan. So regarding this, I'd like to say first of all that very recently JIS Group has launched one platform for the students, those who are interested to do their own business. The name of the platform is Ideometer. The name of the website is ideometer.org or www.ideometer.org. So I'll put the link below after this webinar. So the main objective of this platform is any student from JIS Group interested to be an entrepreneur or interested to start their own business, they can go to the website and they can share their own ideas. Suppose they have one project in their mind, or they are interested to do one particular business. So they have their idea. So that idea need to put in the website. And after that, we'll scrutinize your ideas, whatever the ideas have came from Guru Nanak Institute Management. We'll scrutinize those ideas, and then we'll select best ideas which will be conducive for the general public and which will be acceptable for the general public as well, and acceptable in the JIS Group community as well. So after scrutinizing that, you suppose you will be requiring a fund. So half of the fund you need to gather from the normal public or general public, and rest of the fund will give it to you to do your own business or to do your own startup. But the condition is the entire public should support you, and the public should acknowledge your plan or the business plan which you are putting in place to us. So that is the main objective of Ideometer. So Chef, if you kindly brief us about this plan, and you can also encourage the students how to start their business, or how this Ideometer can help them to start their own business.
So I think first of all, good evening to everybody, and I hope you guys are safe. And everybody does realize, and especially the third years this time and the first years, that this is not what you had thought when you for the first joined in, that this is how college would be. And third years were expecting their placements, and they are at a juncture where the industry is virtually closed. So it is said that the harder the time, the more difficult the time, the better ideas come out. When you have everything conveniently laid out to you, you really don't have a need to think different. The process or kickstart of thinking in a different path, or kickstarting a different process or a venture or a thought or an idea comes when you need it the most. जब सब कुछ है आपके पास, तो आपको जरूरत नहीं महसूस होती, right? It's very normal. So I think within the entire batch of hotel management students at GNIHM, you have a great faculty, you have a brilliant infrastructure as a college. Studies are online at this point of time, but this should not deter you to bring your creative ideas together and think of different things that you can do right now. I mean, right now. So even if it's conceptualizing certain ideas which can preferably become some leading and world-changing businesses, and I mean it when I say world-changing businesses, and I'll tell you why, then this is the time to think about them, to conceptualize, put in the inception now. I'm sure everybody uses Google, right? Google was started in a garage by three young brilliant minds, very very young in their age, and they started Google in one of the garages of somebody's home. So you see, from there they went on to create such a big thing. The creator of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, also in college, and he was doing a project where he said, okay, this will be a social media something website and blah blah blah. People can talk, they can make friends, they can know what they're doing, and that's called Facebook. And look at it now. So great thoughts can come from anywhere, and sometimes great thoughts, the genesis of great thoughts, come from uh, the most extreme and bizarre cases and times, which is now where the industry is really going through a really tough time. Virtually, it's closed. Uh, so I think it's a brilliant initiative because you have the backing of a very good institute. At the same time, Idea O Meter, Idea O
Meter,
Meter, simply said, Ideometer, is a
Ideometer.
brilliant uh, support, a cushion for you, where all you have to do is think of a business concept. It could be anything. Think of the most weirdest thing. It's perfectly fine. आज की तारीख में तो whatever you think out of the line is cutting edge. You don't even know कि आपके दिमाग में कुछ ऐसा ख्याल आ रहा है which you may think यार ये weird सा लग रहा है, but it could just be a big success. So don't hold yourself back. And who is saying that एक ही idea सोचना है? Think of 2 or 3 creative ideas in order to develop a business. And if you can do it alone, great. If you want to join hands with your friends, do that. Think of an idea, go to ideometer.org and submit your idea. Once you submit, it will be reviewed, and you can also take help from outside. Like, not necessarily you have to be from JIS Group. You can, at least one of the member has to be a JIS Group, but then you can take outside help. If you know somebody who is creative, who either brings in marketing or operational or organizing skills or conceptualizing skills, get them together. Think of a business plan, and I'll give you an example also later. uh, Submit it. It will be reviewed. If JIS finds enough gravitas and seriousness with the project, it will give you a go ahead and look out for funding, where you have to, obviously, when you start business, जेब में पैसा होना चाहिए, right? So पैसा आप कैसे collect करोगे? या तो आप अपना खुद से डालोगे, or 3-4 of you get together and then you add, or you go outside and find an investor, which I'm sure they can also help, but the idea has to be really good. So once you get funding, for example, if you get 1 lakh, JIS, if you get selected, your idea gets selected, will put in 1 lakh more. So you'll have 2 lakhs. So in order to get 2 lakhs, you just need to get 1 lakh. And this could become a great example to lead, where a couple of years down the line, you can hire your own batchmates from GNIHM into your own company. Now, the big problem is finding what concept to explore, or which concept to think, write down. What should be a business plan? A business plan is a detailed, it's a detailed, very structured program, or like an Excel sheet where you put down every step. You may have the skills, may not have the skills, but don't be stopped there. Your faculty can help you out. Have an idea. For example, somebody must have thought, yeah, let's start food delivery. Food delivery in a way that people sit on their phone, whatever food they have to eat, they just need to press some buttons and food will be delivered in 30 minutes. We know that now with all the food delivery apps, and they're very, very highly successful. They have big backing from some of the world's best investors. And it started in a simple room where somebody thought, let me do that. So any services that you can think, like if you want to get your home clean, get onto app, tuck, tuck, tuck. There'll be somebody who will come, who will clean your home. If you want to get a facial done, there will be somebody who will come and do a facial for you. So there are absolutely unlimited opportunities sitting out. Still a lot of unexplored ideas. Start from problems. What are the problems that people face in general life, which could be related to food, which could be related to beverage, it could be related to hotel, booking, restaurants, it could be related to any services. For example, tracking the entire service of or the comments of all the guests of a particular restaurant. It could be that, or you could also go to a route where you're doing something which generates money and generates money for social awareness, or let's say cleaning of plastic out of Kolkata to begin with as a project, and think how this can be self-sustained project. You don't know where you initiate an idea and where other ideas pour in and it becomes like a solid business. So the idea is that while now that you have a little more, if I can say, time, and you are at home, you're not traveling anywhere, think of certain ideas, put down certain concepts, share it with the faculty. They will help you develop it better, put it in a proper presentation and submit it. But first of all, look for a team within amongst yourselves. Here, if you are a group of 10, 15 friends, somebody is good at this, somebody is good at that. Join heads together, get onto your webinars, con calls, and think of ideas. Give as many ideas as you can. Put them down. Always list it down as something which is a problem or is missing, and you have come to give a solution to it. It's that very simple.
Great. Great. So students, if you have any question, you can definitely ask me, or you can ask Chef Kapur as well. Okay. So in the meantime, I'd like to ask to Chef Kapur that suppose the students are interested to start their own YouTube channel, maybe how they should cook their foods, or how they're cooking different style of foods or cuisines. They can share their knowledge to the students or to the other aspirants. So they can open their own YouTube channel as well. So they can open their own hotel management apps or hotel management related channels in the YouTube, or whatever the things they have learned earlier. So they can share these knowledges in the YouTube as well through this platform. Apart from that, they can open their own restaurants, maybe as you said earlier, dark restaurants. I remember you said about the dark restaurants, dark kitchens. Yes. So these things also they can start with their planning. What do you think, Chef?
Look, understand that a lot of people have moved on to social media, where social media is no more a place where you just take selfies and post them just to get more likes and your friends to see that what dress you're wearing or what food you're eating or where you are. It's gone beyond that. It's become very serious business. A lot of brands are there who are ready to endorse you in many ways if you have a certain following and if you do a certain kind of posts on your social media. YouTube is just one example. It could be Instagram, it could be Facebook, it could be Twitter, it could be any other app. So the idea is, if you are somebody who is very savvy with the phone, you can make videos and can edit your videos. You already have a lot of material sitting at home, like your mother, your grandmother, your father. It could be about politics. It could be about singing, if you're a singer or a dancer. If you're somebody who likes to be a stand-up comedian, or if somebody whose grandmother cooks food very well, start a channel of your own. To start a channel of your own, you don't need anything. It's like any social media account. Basically, when you say channel, it's your social media account. So YouTube is one which has a great opportunity. I feel Facebook is another. Instagram, they're all very popular. And if you know of something like any local social media, go ahead and join. So the idea is to start contributing in terms of creating content, and your content, when viewed by a certain number of people over a period of time, obviously, comes under the radar of a lot of big brands who are then ready to work with you. So it takes time to build, but definitely it's a brilliant platform to work on.
Great. So students, do you have any questions? Students, if you have any questions, definitely you can ask us. We can help you out. Or if you want to say something in this platform, you can definitely share your ideas to us. We can definitely think about it, and we can give our suggestions to you as well. Okay.
Hello.
Thank you. Yeah. Hello. I'm just sharing one.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah.
Yep.
Hi, sir. Actually, yeah. In these lockdown days, I was working on a new startup in a very small kind of investment. So,
Hmm.
I have a great interest in F&B service and bartending basically. So, in these lockdown days, I started a bit of playing, posting videos of playing, having a page on Instagram, and yeah, I was continuing these all things. So suddenly after passing few days I got an idea why should I what start something in a very small investment thing. So I made a plan I had some research in internet and YouTube as well. So I found we can put up a startup in a very small investment I'm basically planning to have a takeaway restaurant in a takeaway or home
Hmm.
delivery restaurant in this Zomato. So basically, my idea is in this is I have selected few approximately 15 to 18 drinks, total those are totally non-alcoholic drinks. So basically, it is depending upon the bartending area. Fine.
Hmm.
So I have decided I have decided the drinks which have few multiple ingredients into it so that I can make the drinks in less number of ingredients. So that makes me I had few of drinks I have created 5 or 6 kinds of mojitos and 10 types of refreshing drinks in very less selling price, that is 50 to 70 rupees. So my investment in this was in a particular drink, my cost price is 25 to 30 rupees. That's it, not more than that. So if I serve a drink in 70 to 80 rupees, it will it be okay in a very beginning? Like I'm about to start in a week, in a next week only. So I'm
Hmm.
collaborating my restaurant with Zomato and Swiggy as well. And
Very good.
yeah, so actually I wanted to just had a startup in these lockdown days so that I can appreciate myself that yeah, I did something in these days. So yeah,
Wonderful. I
here's
think
my
if you
Great,
have
great,
an idea,
wonderful.
put that
This may
idea.
gives laudation.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So put your idea, write it down, and definitely submit it to
yeah.
audio meter as well. At the same
Okay.
time, look, understand when you are deciding the selling price, there's nobody who can tell you how much to sell. You
Exactly. Yeah.
have to look at your costs, which is your
Costing.
fixed cost, variable cost. Fixed cost is something that the day that you do zero sale, you still have made your material. There is still bijli, there is still pani. You are still working. You're still taking your salary, right? So there is a fixed cost and there is a variable cost. Take that into account. Then take certain cash flow that needs. Look at your market. 50 rupees का
Okay.
कोई पीते हैं लोग आसपास में जहां बेच रहे हो ग्रेट अगर 200 रुपए भी खर्चने में थकते नहीं या कोई परेशानी नहीं होती then why you underselling this stuff? Why
Yeah.
sell at 71 or 170? So ask yourself all those questions, do a market analysis, and then
Okay.
decide the pricing.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things. Okay, you've eaten a roti. Which year are you in? First, second, third,
Yeah. Final year, sir. This year.
final year. You have done your industrial training, right?
Industrial training. Yeah. Yeah.
कहाँ पे कर रही थी?
Western Kolkata.
अच्छा, वहाँ पे तंदूरी रोटी का रेट याद है? एक पतली रोटी का
Uh,
या लूची का?
uh, approximately. No, sir. No idea.
250, 300 rupees, one roti, tandoori, right?
Okay.
Maybe 150, 200, 250. इतने की आती है 150 की भी हो सकती है. I might be forgetting. Approximately. Do you know the cost of one roti?
Yeah. Five to 10 rupees maximum.
Maybe less than 1 rupee or 1 rupee. So you see the profit margin.
Yeah.
But that is one of the things. Also,
Yeah.
there could be a lobster which is selling for 2,000 rupees, but the cost of the same would be 1,500 rupees. So each dish that you put, or the recipe or the drink that you put, will have a different cost. So do your costing.
Okay.
See what is the cost of every dish. Add your fixed and
Yeah.
variable cost,
Yeah. I'm
and then
already
come out.
working on a menu actually. I'm already
Great,
working on a menu.
great, great.
Yeah. I
And
have
share it
an
with your
inventory list.
faculty.
Okay. Yeah.
Your
I'll do
faculty
so.
will be able to help you better. Good guy. Good job.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No, very good. Very nice initiative. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. So apart from that, students, if you have any ideas or if you are thinking something about startup or your own entrepreneurship, you can definitely share your ideas. We'll definitely assist you to add some more ideas so that you can be successful in the near future. That is our main objective of today's webinar. Okay, so I think the students presently don't have any opinion or any ideas to share right now. So you can think, and in the coming days, definitely we'll organize such nice webinars along with Master Chef and other chefs so that they can incorporate their inputs to you, and you can learn much more about these business tactics, business plans, how to think about the customers' potential, how to think about the market or the competitors' business, so that you can start their own business. So in the meantime, I'd like to tell you that study the business. So suppose you are reading Times of India, try to read Economic Times. So gather your knowledge as a whole. Okay, try to get the holistic knowledge about the environment or about the country, how the organizations are doing business, such as Pizza Hut, Domino's, so Swiggy, how they are doing business. Think about it and learn about their business, and how some other online channels or online market players are doing business, like Zomato, like I said, Swiggy and other restaurants are doing business, and how MakeMyTrip.com and other travel organizations are doing business. So study these business processes, how they're looking after the market segment or customer segments, and just build your own plan so that you can be a job creator as well like them. So don't be a job, a job taker, be a job creator as well. So study the whole thing, and just imagine what you can do in the near future. So this is the main objective of today's webinar, and I'd like to tell you that be one entrepreneurship, or be a manager, or make your own business. That will also help you in the near future. Okay, but don't worry, as I said earlier, that don't worry, the industry will come up. We will definitely bounce back. It may take 5 to 6 months. So after that, everything will be normal as we are hoping. So in between that, if you want to start your own business, definitely it will help you to grow in the near future. So thank you, chef. Thank you, students. And make plan, read newspaper, and read about the Economic Times, and gather knowledge about other companies, those who are in the food business, those who are in the food business, or those who are doing nice business. So gather knowledge about them, and try to gather or try to take these knowledges and try to start your own business as well. Okay, so thank you, chef, thank you, students, and definitely we'll organize such webinars again, time and again. Thank you all of you.